Okay, before I get started, excuse me for reading off a script. I haven't spoken in front of a crowd since I quit MUN a year ago, and I need a little bit of emotional support. Okay, let me get started. Look at this medal. On the surface, it's just a medal, or a shiny piece of metal that I'm holding in my hand right now. But to me, it represents so much more. It's a medal I received from participating in the Special Olympics Nippon cheer competition last summer. It symbolizes resilience, teamwork, and the power of inclusion. It reminds me of the joy and energy of being part of a community where everyone's unique abilities are celebrated. Now imagine walking into a classroom where every student is absorbed in their own learning journey. One child sketches complex ideas instead of writing them down. Another solves math problems using their hands to build models. It's a really vibrant ecosystem where differences aren't just accepted, but celebrated. Now, imagine this exact same classroom 10 years ago, where the same students may have been labeled as slow, weird, difficult, and different. What changed? The answer lies in one single word: neurodiversity. Hello, I'm Sarah Fuji, a senior at Stanford American International School, and today I want to talk about neurodiversity advocacy in K-12 education and how through my journey I've seen the light, the transformative power of embracing neurodiversity. So, raise your hand if you've heard the word neurodiversity. Okay, I see maybe 99% of you guys know it already, but let me explain it real quick. Neurodiversity is the idea that variations in brain functions and behavior, conditions like ADHD, autism, dyslexia, and many more, are natural and valuable aspects of human diversity. It's not a defect to be fixed, but a different way of experiencing the world around us. However, in K-12 education, neurodiverse students often face systemic barriers, rigid teaching methods, stigma from peers, and the lack of resources tailored for their needs. I've seen these challenges firsthand through my work with Special Olympics and the Inclusion Revolution Club. For years, I've witnessed how neurodiverse students struggle to thrive in environments that weren't designed for them. But I've also seen how small shifts can make a monumental difference. One turning point in my advocacy was my introduction to the strength-based model last summer during a lecture by Dr. Loris Fung, an associate professor of psychiatry at Stanford University in Palo Alto, California. This approach shifts the focus from deficits to abilities, emphasizing what neurodiverse individuals can do rather than what they struggle with. It's a framework that celebrates differences as strengths and encourages educators to tailor their methods to leverage those strengths. For instance, I worked with a student who struggled with traditional reading assignments, but she excelled in storytelling through drawings, and I wish I could share those drawings with you. By allowing them to illustrate their interpretations, not only did their engagement thrive, but their peers also gained new perspectives. This was the strength-based model in action, creating opportunities for everyone to shine in their own unique way. Okay. Living in 6 countries, France, the first one being France, the next one being the country many people guess I'm from my accent, and also by first glance when they see me walk in the rain without an umbrella. Can anyone guess where it is? Okay, Reese, that's cheating. You already knew the answer to that. Okay, and next being the country where my amazing parents grew up and where my extended family all belong, Japan, and followed by India, Philippines, and now in Singapore. I believed I fully met everyone in the world. I thought I was open-minded with a really wide perspective. Yet, neurodiversity taught me that traveling all around the world doesn't automatically make you an open-minded person. And the strength-based model really showed me that advocacy is more than raising awareness. It's about shifting perspectives and embracing the unique value every individual brings. This insight has become the foundation of my neurodiversity advocacy. My journey into neurodiversity advocacy began with my fascination with neuroscience, fueled by my experiences as a multilingual speaker and my curiosity about how multilingualism shapes cognitive processes. As a musician with 15 years of experience, I was also captivated by the impacts of music therapy on the brain. These early interests deepened my passion for neuroscience and inspired me to volunteer with organizations supporting neurodiverse communities like Special Olympics Tokyo, Filipinas, and Singapore. And today, I am co-developing a website for the Stanford Neurodiversity Project to support neurodiverse individuals in employment. Through these experiences, I've learned the importance of working not just for, but alongside neurodiverse individuals, understanding their unique needs and advocating for their full inclusion in society. Whether as a developmental behavioral pediatrician or a designer of K-12 curricula based on a strength-based model, I aim to create an educational space that celebrates strength and fosters genuine inclusion. My actual advocacy, though, began in grade 9, when I joined the Inclusion Revolution Club. By my second year, I became a council member collaborating with Special Olympic athletes, Paralympic athletes, and local neurodiverse individuals in Metro Manila, Philippines. This work opened my eyes to the challenges they face and the incredible talents they contribute. After moving to Singapore exactly a year ago, I continued volunteering with the Special Olympics Singapore, adapting to new cultural contexts while promoting inclusion. A highlight of this journey was speaking on Senior's student panel in 2023, where I shared insights and learned about neurodiversity advocacy efforts all across Southeast Asia. These experiences continue to drive my passion for building a society that empowers neurodiverse individuals to thrive. While I am not as active with the Special Olympics anymore, unfortunately, my advocacy continues through initiatives like the Stanford Neurodiversity Project, where as a member of the Public Relations Committee, I connect with passionate high schoolers globally through online meetings weekly. This ongoing work reminds me that neurodiversity advocacy isn't just a single act, but a lifelong community to build a more inclusive world. Now, you may be wondering why K-12? That's because these years lay the foundation for the future. Schools are way more than academic institutions, and I'm sure everyone sitting here right now agrees with me, right? They're communities where children learn about themselves and others. For neurodiverse students, this environment can be a springboard to success or a barrier that stifles potential. For example, in my work, I've seen how something simple as changing seating arrangements can help a student with ADHD focus better, or how teaching neurotypical students about neurodiversity can reduce bullying and foster empathy. Advocacy at this stage is about planting seeds of inclusion that will grow into a more equitable society. So, how do we bring this vision into life? Although I'm not an educator, here are 3 steps I've found effective. The first one being education. Begin by raising awareness among students, teachers, and parents about neurodiversity. This can be achieved through workshops, interactive tutorials, or even just a simple school assembly. It's important to remember that acceptance cannot be forced. It requires time, attention, and understanding. The earlier people are introduced to the concept of neurodiversity, the more they are likely to embrace it. The second one, integration. Advocate for inclusive practices like differentiated instruction, universal design for learning, and peer mentoring programs. And the last one, my favorite, collaboration. Build partnerships between schools, families, and organizations like Special Olympics. Together, we can all create a network of support that ensures no student is left behind. As I stand here today, I think back to the classrooms I've visited, the students I've worked with, the athletes I've worked with, and the hundreds of advocates I've met along the way. Each have shown me a piece of the light, a glimpse of what's possible when we embrace neurodiversity in K-12 education. To anyone listening, I leave you with the challenge. Be the light for someone else. Whether it's a kind word, a new policy, or simply taking the time to listen, your actions can spark change. I really want to emphasize that advocacy cannot be done alone. But if we all bring even a tiny bit of kindness, we can create a world where every student, regardless of how their brain works, has the chance to shine. Thank you.